Are you ready for the late night gaming show? Hello and welcome to CGNgames and the Late Night Gaming Show, episode 36. I am joined to the left of me with...
Jodie.
Jodie who?
Foot.
Jodie Foot. And I am, of course, Tim Finch. I am so tired right now. I've just come back off a retreat day. 2 days with work and I'm pooped out. Not because I was partying all night. I was working hard. But I'm so tired. I've got a really bad sore throat. Not been feeling great, Jodie.
We know.
Have you been feeling alright?
I've been alright, actually.
Been alright?
First time I've been ill when everyone else has, so it's been quite nice.
Nice.
I'm just hoping I don't catch it off you. So
Well,
we've got a gap between
we've got a good
us.
half an hour to get through. So, yeah, we're just going to get straight into the episode, see what's going on.
What you been playing this week?
Welcome back. It is time for section 1, which is what have we been playing this week? Jodie, what's been going on in the world of Jodie?
So, after a long debate of a couple of days,
Couple of days.
not weeks, not months, couple of days, I went and bought Zelda Breath of the Wild.
The Lord is good, and He puts many blessings on His people.
I mean, you've been like banging on about it for like ages. Just like, you've got to play it. And yet he won't let me borrow the game, but he was like, I'll go and play it. So I actually finally got around to getting the game, and I got it. And to my surprise, it's not that bad.
It's amazing.
And it's probably only won me over because I get to ride around on a horse all the time, so it makes
That's
everything a
pretty
little
cool.
bit quicker.
So it's good. It's good. Your first steps into Zelda, and I'm excited because I'll help you through. Show you the ropes, help you out. But the more you get into it, Jodie, the more you're just gonna love it.
I learned how to cook, right? I'm not lying. I learned how to cook. I sat there for 20 minutes cooking things. I was like, this is boss.
Oh well, if you're enjoying that, there's plenty more to come. So good times, good stuff. Is there anything else?
I think that's the main thing that I've played.
That's good.
Because I've not been on the Switch for a while. But yeah, that brought me back to playing the Switch this week. So.
Cool. Well, I've had 2 main games. I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls because that got the Dark Souls remaster came out on Nintendo Switch. I forgot how much I love that game, and I've been enjoying that. But I've mainly been playing this bad boy, Starlink. I was planning on having a review out on Monday, and I've been away because I was going away from Tuesday, but I literally couldn't even speak on Monday, so the review would have sounded like this. Starlink is pretty good. So I just haven't been able to do it, unfortunately. And with Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out tomorrow, we'll see. I do actually still want to do a review of it because it surprised me. But all will be reviews. Like I'm going to do a quick review later on in the review section. But there was a point with this game, right, where at the start I just wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't clicking with me. I don't know if you've ever had that experience where you bought a game, you really want to love it, and you started playing, and you're just like, nah.
Yeah.
And then there was just a moment where it just clicked with me, and then I just couldn't stop playing it. So I'm like absolutely loving it now. But yeah, all will be revealed in the review.
Lovely.
That is for sure true. But yeah, that's been the main bulk of it.
Wow.
Really.
I'm
and I know that
impressed.
you're dead excited to buy Starlink and
I'm
play
really
it and
not.
play through the whole game and buy all the toys.
No.
I know how you feel about buying toys, Jodie. You love it. And that has been what have we been playing this week. So now we're going to move on to our next section, which is the news.
It's time for some news, yeah. It's time for some news.
Welcome back. It is time for the news. We have got 5 items on the news this week. We're going to keep this show to half an hour. We did it last week.
We did.
We're going to do it this week. So number 1, we're going to jump straight into it. Starlink. We've just been talking about Starlink.
Go on.
I've been really intrigued to know how it's been selling because it's Toys to Life. Toys to Life's kind of bombed. It's kind of not doing great. But how's the game been doing? So the UK sales charts came out and Starlink is currently sitting at number 14, which is not great. It's not great. It does cost more money. It is like 20 quid over what a normal game comes out at, for obvious reasons. But that wasn't the whole story, Jodie, because what's been really intriguing with this is that the Nintendo Switch version accounted for 82% of the sales of Starlink. How insane is that? So less than 20% is PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's probably due to this absolutely beautiful R-Wing that we have before us that is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version.
I don't want to talk about it.
We need to talk about how people... Look at this. Oh my gosh. They open up like they're in all range mode.
Do I look bothered?
So, what's scary about this is... So, the Nintendo Switch really has saved this because if you then take away... So, in the sales, that's all of the versions combined, so PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. If you put them into the other chart, which is basically the which platform it's on, the Nintendo Switch version ends up in number 16, and the Xbox One and PS4 versions don't even hit the top 40.
They're bad.
That is very bad, and there was some people on message boards and stuff saying that they'd literally gone into a game in the UK. It's called Game. The store, they've gone in and just like inquired, like as they've been buying the Switch version, like, oh, how's the other versions been doing? And they literally said like they've not sold a single Xbox One version and all sorts. So that game is bombed, and it makes me think this is not getting a sequel.
Nope.
Which makes me sad because it deserves one. It's got a good base to grow, but it won't because they're going to lose loads of money.
It won't.
Number 2, Dark Souls. On the other hand, what? I don't know why I put that. I put Dark Souls reaches number 12. That's not true. Oh, no, it is true. Dark Souls actually did better than Starlink, which is interesting because Dark Souls is a remaster of like a 10-year-old game. And it battered that. I don't even know why I put that in, but there's a bit of interesting information for you if you actually care. Number 3. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out tomorrow. Lots of people are excited. Yes. Rockstar, who makes the game, are very protective of their stuff. And somebody leaked out a 21-second clip of Red Dead Redemption 2 a day early than the embargo, and they went sick, and they were on like a manhunt to find who it was, but they were like literally pulling it down all over the place. I haven't watched the footage because I'm actually excited.
I've not watched the footage either.
Because it's supposed to just be the most incredible thing ever. It's over 2 discs, so you know it's good. So on
pre-order.
So that person's going to get in trouble, basically.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. And then following off the back of that, now the embargo is actually up. The first reviews are in for Red Dead Redemption 2, and they're looking very good. It's been getting 10 out of 10s all over the place, and it's currently sitting on Metacritic at a 97.
Wow.
So this game is looking like it's going to be a killer. So are you excited, Jodie?
I am.
What are you most excited about?
Just to be able to ride around on a horse.
That's what it's all about. It's all about the horses. And obviously,
I didn't even play the first one, but the second one I'm getting excited for.
You had to pre-order it because you get a different coloured horse. So obviously you have to get it day one just for that. I want to talk very quickly though about... So I was looking at... Because I was making I pre-ordered it before with like the collector's edition and stuff, and I decided not to get that in the end because I was basically going to be paying £90 for a jigsaw puzzle. I decided not to do that. So I
could have done it on the show. We're gonna just do a full video just on this.
I'm not joking. A big part of me was that Beth loves jigsaws, and I thought she'll be all down for this. And I thought, no, I'm not spending £90 for a jigsaw. There's more to it than that, but it's just not worth it. I even saw the size of it. So I was in a game store today, and I saw the size of it, and it's like this big. It's like really not.
Oh no, it's not worth it.
I'm glad I cancelled it. So I was deciding which version I was going to get. So there's a normal version, there's a special edition, and there is a ultimate edition. And I thought, usually in the Ultimate Edition, there'd be like a season pass. a bunch of other stuff. So the special edition, basically, you pay an extra £25 for basically a bit of DLC, like different coloured guns, different coloured horse, an extra mission. Which the amount of missions you're going to have in this game is going to be insane anyway. So apparently it's like a 40-hour game anyway, just the main story. But and then so you're paying £25 for basically something that you would either usually get on like a pre-order bonus, or you pay an extra £10 or £25 for that. And then the Ultimate Edition just basically gives you all the same stuff, but then like 4 things that are for the online mode. And they will charge you an extra £40 for that.
Just go for the standard.
£90. I've never seen a game where it's giving you that little for so much money. Absolutely insane. So, Jodie, I went for the standard version. I mean, the that comes with the Ultimate Edition comes with a steelbook as well, but even that, it's like usually games special editions are like 60 with like a bit of DLC. This is charging you £90 for that. Absolutely outrageous.
No way.
It's just crazy. So, not doing that.
Nope.
Not doing that. So there you go. Don't buy the stupid edition of it. It's not worth it.
Just buy the standard.
Not even remotely worth it. Which takes us to our final story here, Jodie. So, Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah.
I'm super excited. You were not excited, then you were excited, then you weren't excited, and then you are. Where are you sitting right now?
I'm not really that bothered.
So we're back at not bothered.
I'm looking forward to seeing it come out, but I'm not bothered. I'm not going to get it.
You're not going to...
I'm literally, I'm just like, yeah, it's coming out. Like, I'm excited for it to come out, but I'm not going to play it. I mean... So this is going to be going to be a Zelda moment. Next year, I'll be like, "Have you played this game?"
I'm excited for it to come out, but I'm not buying it. So there's been a big leak. So people who are proper into Smash Brothers are proper into Smash Brothers. Yeah. I'm really into Smash Brothers, but I'm not this extreme where I'm like literally trying to find any little shred of information where it tells me everything. But basically, what's happened here is somebody is going to lose their job big time if it's all real. So basically, this is a rumour, but it's not. It's blatantly quite true. But basically, there's a graphics company, and their company basically prints out, when you see like standees and like promotional stuff, you go to the cinema and they have big stands and stuff. Yeah, so this is a company that basically prints off prints this material for companies, right? And basically somebody sent somebody a Snapchat. So this person who works in this company sent somebody a Snapchat with this big it was like I think people who actually knew what it was like, when you go into a like game store and they have like a demo and you can go and play it on there, and they kind of have graphics all around it. It was kind of a thing that goes around the top, but it had all the characters on it. So there's this piece of artwork that they keep adding characters to, and it's basically just got like 50, 60 characters in it, but these ones that haven't been revealed were in this picture, and this person's done a Snapchat with it in the background, and they were from another country or something, but then somebody screenshotted the Snapchat and then sent it round, and then people have been like blowing it up and trying to figure out what characters and all this, and so we could have the full roster apparently now, if this is all true. And there was a rumor last week that we were going to be having 2 Nintendo Directs in November, which is really weird. But one of them's obviously going to be a Smash Brothers one.
Oh, definitely.
Where possibly they reveal some of these characters, but people are basically blowing it up in the background and actually being able to sort of figure out some of these characters. So if it's true, there was something like 6 or 7 new characters, which is crazy. But some of those characters was Ken from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Shadow from Sonic.
Yeah.
A really random character from a game called Rhythm Heaven, which was like it's on 3DS Wii, but it's basically like it's kind of like WarioWare but rhythm style games, which is just incredibly weird if it's true. But then the big one is Banjo-Kazooie was in the picture, which is basically the company called Rare used to make Donkey Kong Country, Banjo-Kazooie, all those types of games. Microsoft bought that company out and they own the IP for Banjo-Kazooie. And loads of old Nintendo fans love Banjo-Kazooie. So if that's in the game, That's kind of crazy because Banjo-Kazooie's back on a Nintendo platform.
Yeah.
But people are like freaking out. And people are finding more. There's more characters than that, but they're like the noteworthy ones. But then people got upset because there's the Pokemon Incineroar from Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Everyone was saying that that's going to be in it, but that character was not in the artwork. So some people are upset. I don't know why people are upset about that because we all know the best Pokemon are from Gen 1.
It's true.
It's true, isn't it, Jodie? On another note, Pokemon. We always got to talk Pokemon these days.
Yep.
Have you been enjoying that Pokemon Go recently?
I've not actually played it, you know. I'm excited for Let Go. So I'm just like...
You excited to let go?
Let's go.
I'm excited to let go of my problems and play Pokemon Let's Go. Oh boy.
No. So actually I've not been playing it, but I got a bit upset when you sent me that photo of that, what's it called?
Metagross.
Yeah. I was like...
Or was it
I
Suicune?
wanted one of them. I don't know. I can't remember.
I sent you a picture of Suicune and then I rubbed my phone in your face that had Metagross on it.
Yeah. That's what he did to me. And yeah.
Because you missed the community day because you were in church.
I always miss the community days because it's always on a Sunday when I'm in church.
Not that I don't go to church. I go to church in the evening.
I have church all day. It's not even funny.
I mean, it's not that you don't enjoy church. Let's make that
No,
clear.
I do. No, I love church. Sometimes.
You make it sound like a... You do love church, don't you, Jodie? Jodie goes to 2 churches, basically, so she goes to 2 different... She has 2 different things. Why am I explaining for you, Jodie? Why am I explaining why you sound like a mizzo when it comes to church?
No, I love going to church, but when it's community day and your church is on a Pokemon stop and you know you're just going to get judged if people know what you're doing. So I just don't do it, and I feel really bad because then Tim comes up with all these shiny Pokemon, like Blastoise with sunglasses on, it's shiny, and I'm like, I wanted that. And then he's like, and then he goes, actually, I'm not going to give you one. I was like, but you've got like 6. And he's like, nope. So, yeah.
So there you go. We are friends on Pokemon Go, but I refuse to trade.
It's true.
I will trade with you one day.
I sent him a gift and he's still not opened it.
I did?
Did you open it?
When did you send me it?
This
is getting personal now. Yeah, I opened that on the community day.
Moving on. He was on for.
We're going to move on to our next section, which is what is out this week.
Can someone tell me what's out this week? Hey-oh.
Welcome back. It's time for what is out this week, and as always, I'm going to tell you the most noteworthy games to buy this week, and then Jodie is going to tell you what is pick of the week and what game you should buy this week. So number 1, we've of course got Red Dead Redemption 2. That is out on PS4 and Xbox One. Don't buy any of the other versions apart from the standard version, it's all a rip-off.
Yeah.
Number 2, this is the one that I'm assuming is going to get pick of the week, and that is Just Dance 2019.
Oh, yes!
And that's coming out on pretty much everything. I think it's even coming out on the Nintendo Wii, believe it or not. I think they still do that. And Jodie, I know that you want that sweet armband that you can put the Joy-Con into so you don't have to hold it and you can just boogie away.
Definitely. I was all over the Wii Fit and everything new when it come out.
I was all over it too, lying down on it while I was eating my nachos. Number 3, we got Nickelodeon Kart Racing.
Nice.
SpongeBob. Patrick.
I'm not keen on SpongeBob and Patrick, but anyway.
Please don't dislike us for that comment. Number 4, we've got... I'm going to be careful I say this, because I don't know how you say it.
Okay.
Rappo Fishing Pro Series. I think... Rappo Fishing Pro Series.
It's a fishing game.
It is, yeah. Obviously.
That's not getting picked up.
The clue was in the Rappo Fishing Pro Series. If that was a kart racing game, that'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Number 5, and then possibly the most exciting game on this list, which is Chicken Range.
Oh, yeah.
Which costs £20 on the Nintendo Switch and looks like it is a 59p game. Not even that, free to play.
Looks like Flappy Birds.
Basically, yeah. Jodie, sum up. Got Red Dead Redemption 2, Just Dance 2019, Nickelodeon Kart Racing, Rappo Fishing Pro Series, and Chicken Range. Jodie, what is your pick of the week?
It's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2.
You're not being tempted by Chicken Range?
No.
So you think we should all go out, buy Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah. Even I'm buying it, so you gotta go buy it.
Oh my word. She
Not
won't
very
buy
often I
Smash
buy it.
Brothers like a scumbag, but she'll buy Red Dead Redemption 2. So there you go, that is our pick of the week, and obviously it was always going to be the only way that Just Dance was almost there.
Just Dance was second place.
But we're hoping that there's going to be dancing in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, definitely. Could you imagine them cowboys dancing?
That's what we're
Dance
hoping
offs in the middle of the...
Automatic 0 if there's no dancing. So we're going to move on to our next section, which is Reviews of the Week.
Oh, it's time to get funky. The reviews of the week.
Welcome back. It is time for Reviews of the Week. I am trying to wake myself up.
Come on, Tim, you can do it.
I'm so excited to do this review. This has been a weird game experience for me. So, Jodie, you know
Yes,
all
Tim.
about Starlink, don't you?
No, Tim.
No. So Starlink is this wonderful game where it's toys to life. You put your little ship. Well, you first put your pilot on the inside. You have a little ship. You pop him over the top. And then for some reason you play it with the above your controller. And you can basically all the bits, all the different weapons you attach to it and stuff show up in the game.
Is it not like heavy on top
It's
of the
it's
controller?
actually, I've got to say, it's the perfect weight. The perfect weight. It feels good when you're holding it, but then every so often you kind of look down and go, oh, there's a ship on my controller. It's a bit weird, but it is quite satisfying popping the weapons on and off on the wings, I've got to say, and then it's showing up in the game. That's cool. So, obviously, Jodie, if you buy the physical version, you're going to need more ships.
Yeah.
Your ships are your lives, so if
Okay.
if your ship explodes and you have no other ship, you've got to go back to wherever you came from.
Okay.
I was going to take a different turn there, but I'm not. I'm gonna make it now. I was going to say I'm not being racist when I say go back where you came from.
Okay.
I'm gonna start this section again because it got weird. I just went back where you came from, and I was like, racism. No. Okay, let's go. Welcome back. It is time for Reviews of the Week. And Jodie, this week, I did want to do a full review on this game, but because of my throat, because of my tiredness, because of everything, I just
We know, it's
just
not
couldn't
very
do
well
it.
at the minute, guys.
Just couldn't do it. So I'm going to do a small one here. I might still do a full review. I know it'll get like no views, but I want to do it for my own sanity. Because I've put a lot
You've been
into
doing
this.
really well.
I
on the
have.
reviews. I'm
Um,
very impressed.
so anyway, Starlink, you know all about Starlink, don't you, Jodie?
No,
Yeah, you do.
I don't care.
So, so Starlink is a Toys to Life game, basically, if you didn't know. This is the lovely Switch version that comes with this beautiful R-Wing. So basically, you put a pilot, you slot a pilot in, you put a ship over the top, and it shows up in the game. You can swap in and out weapons on top of the wings. I also found out that what you can do as well is, so you can actually twist them upside down, and the wings will actually show up back to front and stuff. But Jodie...
Wait, you're telling me that you can twist them wings upside down
Yeah.
and it'll turn up upside down in the thing?
Yeah.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
pretty cool.
That's
And then
pretty cool.
I can just take the wings off and it'll just be this middle bit floating around, which is a bit weird, but there you go. But you can also, if I wanted to, I can add a second wing to there. I can pop that on and that will show up in the game. I could just keep adding wings and have just this crazy wing thing going on. I don't know why
I think
you
you should do that one day.
So
That's pretty cool, to be honest
it's
with you.
cool. It's really good, but or you can literally just play with one ship for the whole thing. I don't know why I'm struggling to get this on. Don't break on me now. There we go. So of course, as well in the game, the ships are your lives. So if I died while in this ship, I'd have to go back to where I was before.
Why did you
so
say
of
the
course,
warehouse then? I was like, what?
So of course, Jodie, I had to get a couple more ships. So
Oh,
the physical
no.
version. So
I told you guys he'd get more of them.
right. So I had to get this one because this one looks like an R-wing.
Yeah, but that was in last week's show, wasn't it?
Yes, I had this. You unboxed this one.
Yeah, that's one I
And this is really, I really like the design of this one. This one looks
that's
awesome.
pretty cool design.
And of course, like if you wanted to, I can pop these wings off and then put those wings on here, and then I've kind of just got a really cool black.
If you want to see
R-wing.
that, watch last week's show.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing it again.
So there's that one, and then Jodie, I found out that there was exclusive versions of some of these ships.
Oh no.
So there was one at Argos, one at CGNgames. Smith's Toy Store, sorry. And these were like, because you can buy these little dudes. Oh, I'm not that flexible. Ugh. You can buy these little characters separately, right? So the little pilots. So like this one you could buy on its own. But then there was an exclusive ship, Jodie, that you could get with it.
No, Tim. Don't.
Which was this one. that looks remarkably similar to that one, but it's in green, and the wings are slightly different. And Jodie, look, the weapons go underneath. That's pretty sweet. So then you could get the pilot with this one and a weapon. I had to, because I would have been buying this one character.
That's how they get you.
But then I want to get... It's true.
That's how they get you.
So I was like, I don't want to miss out. So we got that one. And then I found out that there was another exclusive one at Smith's. So then we ended up with this one. So basically we ended up with 4 ships. And then they came with characters. So we're going to get these all nice out there. Let's put them next to the appropriate ship. So this is a special one. This guy goes with this one.
So where does he go?
And then this guy, these two. So this one is a digital ship. So I have the ship that's like digital version basically.
So he gets the actual one.
And then this one was a pre-order bonus that is actually really rare to get now, because I don't think people realised if you had to buy it from Game and pre-order it, and you literally can't buy this separately anywhere. So this is quite a little rare gem. Don't ask why. So there you go. So that's what my Arsenal's looking like. It's pretty cool. You know, this looks pretty cool, Jodie. Admit it now. So
it looks alright.
A couple of things, right? Let's just talk about the toys to begin with. Okay.
Where do we start?
So Jodie, I'm just off your first, but just looking at it now. How do you feel about toys? Someone who's not got excited about it like me. How do you feel?
I'm not gonna lie. They look like. Do you mean you get the kids that like run around and go new? It literally looks like that. Unless you looked at it properly and you realise it's for a game. Mm. So, I mean, it's good quality. Mm-hmm. I'll admit it is good quality. Would I buy it? No. Because I'm not a kid.
I'm not a kid.
I'm not a kid that would probably just run around the room with it and probably break it. But anyway, I mean, it looks good. I mean, if you're into spaceship games like that, then go for it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't buy it at all.
Yeah. So I had reservations with some of. So this is the only one I really wanted, and then I thought.
But yet you got.
No, well, let me explain. But then I thought this one looked cool. Right. I do think that one looks really good.
I'd have that one
because it looks quite similar to that, right? But then I thought the other ships did not look good. I thought they looked a bit poo. But then these special versions of these, which you can't just get easily, I think these actually look pretty good. The paint jobs on them are pretty nice. So that's why I've ended up with these. I still don't think I'm going to get them all because they're so expensive. So that is the first issue. If you're going to buy this physically, this is a very expensive buy-in, especially if you've got a kid. They're going to probably just want loads. And this is...
Yep.
And the thing is with these as well, it's not like Amiibos or Skylanders where it's just a little figure that's like this big and you can happily put them away. Like, these are quite big. Like, when I showed my brother this one, he was like, is that the R-Wing? It's massive. Like, did not expect it to be that big. These are going to take up quite a bit of room. And they're well made, but like this sort of one that's got like little bits sticking out and stuff, I can imagine that snapping pretty quick. So my first actual kind of issue with this game is it kind of doesn't know who it's aimed at, because I think where the price point is at and how kind of fragile they are in a sense is actually more geared towards collectors like me or like older teenagers. I'm not sure I would give a kid like who's below 10.
But a kid would want that.
I know, but they would break it too, and it's too expensive. Like if I was, you think about it, if I paid retail price for all these, which I actually didn't, but let's say I did, you would be spending £70 on the starter kit, then you'd be paying £25 per ship. So that's that's £75 plus 7. That's like 150 quid nearly. You know what I mean? That's very expensive, and I'm not sure I'd pay £150 for a game for a kid. Mm. The other thing is when you're taking these on and off, I've actually been a bit scared every time I pull them off. I feel like I'm going to snap something. And again, with a kid, I can't see them being very careful putting this on, because you have to be quite precise with when you're taking the ships on and off. So in terms of the toys, they're really good. And I think if you're like a collector or you're somebody who's an older person who get these, I think you'll be quite impressed with them. Mm. But then there is a bit of a kiddie aspect to it. It's an odd one, really. So that's what I mean. The target age group isn't really clear. It's kind of all over the place. But in terms of the toys, they're well made. They work really well. Everything works as it should, really. And it's got a lot of customization to it. Now, the game itself is a very Ubisoft game. And that's why I think, to some extent, I think you might actually enjoy it. To some extent, I don't think you would love it. But you like Ubisoft games, don't you? And this is a Ubisoft game through and through, basically. So there's absolutely tons of stuff to collect in terms of in-game. You know, like loads of collectibles, loads of things to unlock, loads of places to explore. Like you're gonna get a lot of hours out of this game. So I think you would enjoy that. The story's kind of okay. It's actually a little bit darker than I would have expected, which again doesn't really. You think this game is for like below 10, and it's not. It's really not. So the way it starts off is you kind of just get dropped in. There's a very short sequence where it kind of shows you a bit of the story. Star Fox is introduced if you have the Switch version, and then you can kind of basically just explore space. And what I love about this game is, so it's very much like No Man's Sky. You can go down. You can basically just be flying around space, and it's massive, and it feels massive, and you can literally just fly to any planet you want, and there's no load screens, no nothing. You literally just, if I want to go to this planet over here, I just literally fly my ship into the planet, and then you're on the planet.
I thought you were going to say it explodes the planet.
I can't explore. Like, it's basically just like you can go to any planet you want, fly to it, and then literally fly down over the planet and go to wherever you want. It's so open and so cool. And when you get to a planet, there is literally hundreds of things to do. So you are going to get your money's worth out of it.
Nice.
Depending on how many ships you buy. In terms of like gameplay, you can like... It's weird because you can play the whole game with just this, with like 2 weapons, but then all the different enemies kind of have weaknesses.
Oh, right.
So you kind of need other weapons to exploit those weaknesses, but you can't without buying them. So it's kind of, it can be very much a money pit. But overall, the game is good. And at the start, it didn't explain really what you were supposed to do very much. But then when I got it, it just clicked with me. And I've literally, you know, I'm like Jodie, I literally have to do absolutely everything before I move on. So I've literally I've been stuck on the second planet for ages because I'm literally doing every single thing on that planet, and there's a lot, but I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm really happy. You can buy a digital version and negate all of these toys and just have the game on your Switch, but you will be paying £70 minimum for that. But in that you actually get 4 ships and something like 4 characters and a load of weapons. So this is where the debate has been. So Jodie, if you were buying this game, right, these are your 2 options, and this is the debate. You can either buy the physical version. You'll get, let's say you bought the Switch version, because obviously
that's the only version I'd probably buy.
You're going to get the R-Wing. You're going to get 2 characters.
Yeah.
You're going to get 2 weapons. And then you're going to get another ship that is digital on the game. So you don't have it as a physical toy, it's just digital. That's what you're going to get for your £70. Now, if you buy it digitally, you're going to pay the same price, but you're going to get 4 ships. You're going to get 4 characters. You're going to get something like 6 weapons, and that's it. What would you do?
It depends. If I was one of these people that would be embarrassed of people seeing this.
I like you basically like Tim. You should be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. But I mean, I'd probably go for the digital one because I just hate like having toys everywhere. I just hate it. Like I've got like an amiibo and I've got like a couple of the Disney stuff. And the fact of it's the cleaning aspect that does me head in, because you've got to pick it all up, wipe down the surface, and then try and put it back normal, and that's what'll do me head in. So we're not going there. It'd be the digital
so you go
version.
Digital.
Yeah.
But then you love collecting physical games and movies and stuff.
Yeah, movies like all day long. Like I've got movie posters and all sorts, like hidden away somewhere in the church. But like, yeah, they just stay in the church somewhere. I don't actually have them out on display.
Okay, so yeah, it's an odd one really, because I think if you're this game, I think if you're an adult, you will actually really enjoy it. Like I said, it's actually quite complicated. Some of the things I don't even get how kids would understand what's happening, or like how to do things. And so yeah, I think I'd say the same thing. Like if you're just not like, these are more like toys than like Amiibo can be a collectible thing, you know what I mean? I think Amiibo are actually more collectible things for adults more than kids.
No,
whereas I think this is more for kids, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I probably should have just stuck with the R-Wing. And without a doubt, this R-Wing is a collector's piece. It is so well done. And it's not like you can just get Star Fox merchandise all the time, because there's not a lot of it. But then this other stuff I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But I'm still enjoying it.
What did your wife say when you got these?
She didn't know.
Oh. That explains a lot.
What happens in this room stays in this room, and she's quite happy for that to happen as long as it doesn't leak out into there. So I think if you're an adult, you'll be fine getting the digital version. I just don't. For me though, I'm like, you're spending £70, which again, like I said, is £20 more. And arguably, if you're buying the digital version and there's no toys, because there's no toys, you kind of feel like this stuff should just be in the game anyway, and it shouldn't be £70. You know what I mean? So it's a really odd one. So it's weird because people have been debating, oh well, in the digital version you're basically getting more, but I really don't see it like that because you're not getting physical stuff. So it's not. I don't really feel like you are getting more. It's a very odd, weird thing. You're getting more stuff to play with, but you're not getting physical stuff. So it's an interesting one. But in terms of right now, I wouldn't really want to give it a score because I've not played enough of the main story to properly score it. But at the moment, it's comfortably sitting on around a 7. And then a morality score wise, I wouldn't say it's very, very family friendly. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's going to be getting upset by things that are happening there. There is the actual main villain and stuff is quite dark, to be honest.
Okay.
And I mean that in terms of like, he's quite creepy and like got creepy hands and got this kind of weird like cultish thing going on, like the way that everything is. It's not actually cultish, it's just like the way it's brought out. So in terms of a morality score, it probably gets somewhere between a 9 and a 9.5. So I don't think anyone's going to get offended by this. I don't think anybody... Not that, to be honest with you, I don't really care if people get offended. It's more like if you...
I don't care because I bought all this stuff, so I don't care what you say,
No,
guys.
I'm not bothered. Like, it's fine. Like, people shouldn't get so hung up and be like all about offences.
Yeah.
Like, no one can make me cry. But what I mean is like for us as Christians, you know, for me, I don't want to see just people getting murdered all the time. Just for me and my faith, I don't see how that builds me up. Yeah. So I want to avoid that. That's what I'm talking about. If you're offended because somebody... I'm going to say something offensive and we're going to get shut down, aren't we?
Let's just sweep over and carry on.
But like, I don't know, like let's say I just said, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog is a douchebag. Like, these days people will like cry and then write in the journal about that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So we've lost one light.
We'll finish the section and we'll start.
So that is, you know, it's my time to say, shut up, Tim. You've talked about these damn toys.
I was thinking about
I said a damn naughty word. No.
Tim!
Damn's fine in my... Is it okay? Tell us in the comment section below. That's what I always say. But yeah, we've been talking about these toys for long enough, so we're going to move on. So we're going to move into our final section, which is...
Topic of the week.
Topic of the week.
Welcome back. It is time for our final section, which is Topic of the Week. And Jodie's... We're all kind of smiling awkwardly now because my wife's actually sat behind the camera. So, the reason we're sat here awkwardly is because I am about to do a Topic of the Week, which I was not intending my wife to be a part of. And that is because we're talking about collecting, Jodie. We're talking about collecting with all these ships on the table. Like chips on the table, but ships on the table.
I'd rather have the...
That's where the studio audience is supposed to laugh. Okay, so Jodie, today's question is brought to you by one of our actual users on Facebook, which is me. And the topic is... supposed to laugh again. She is actually laughing, but not... So, the reason this has come up is because of Starlink and the expensive nature of its collectibles.
Yeah.
Yes. So, we're talking about... So, I obviously like collecting certain things. Some other things, not so much. But quite a lot of things, right? So, the question today, based on this, is when is collecting okay and when is it not? And obviously, as us as Christians, it's said to us that we should not store our treasures here, but store our treasures in heaven.
Yeah, well, you could have looked
Jodie.
over that section.
Oh, no, well, so Jodie, in your opinion, right, so we talked a little bit about physical stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I wouldn't collect this sort of thing, but then you collect things like not Blu-rays, movies and things like that. So you collect certain things, but when is it okay and when it's not, in your opinion?
Is when it becomes to the point of, I have to have this, and it becomes an addiction.
Right.
Like, to have it all. That's when the problem sets in. I mean, I'm happy, like, having the odd... Best looking at me just to say what. I'm happy having, like, the odd amiibo where you...
Yeah, I like having
have
the odd...
full,
I like having the odd amiibo too.
where he has the full collection.
I'm missing two.
Minus two
missing two.
that he can't get in this country for that reason. So that's the only reason he doesn't have it. But, I mean, like, literally, I'm not even keen on collecting stuff because it's the cleaning aspect of it. I'm just lazy when it comes to cleaning. And I just want to go, phew, that's it. And not have to take everything off a shelf, clean it all, and then put it
How
back
do you
up.
do that with your movies?
I just clean around the edge. I'm like, as long as
See, and that's what I do. That's what I do.
I even go over the top of it.
I don't clean anything, that's why we're all looking
It's
confused.
true. It's true, it doesn't.
Okay. So basically, what was your final answer? I forgot that.
I forgot what the question was.
When is collecting okay? So you said when it's not about...
when it's the fun side of it, not when it comes to a point of I have to have this.
Yeah.
That's when I've got to be like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm out.
So I think for me, it's like, it's a few different things. It's when, exactly what you're saying, where it's like, you just like, I have to have this, I have to have that, and there's no like... Stop looking at that. But it's to the point where it like takes over your life. And it's not took over my life, because it's just in this one room. The other aspect about it is actually money as well. Like, if that's literally causing you financial strain, which I know it does with some people, because they just literally, just all the time, they just have to get everything. That's where it causes an issue. And actually for me, so I have a finite space here right now, and it's not a massive room, but I can only fit so much in it, which has forced me to think about what I actually collect. So the ongoing discussion for us, wasn't it, was I going to collect otaku?
Yes.
Because it's a tough one. And I actually made the decision a couple of weeks ago that I just wasn't going to do it anymore. And I'm so happy. Yeah, they've not gone yet because I'm going to sell them.
Oh, okay.
But that's the sort of thing where I think, like what you were saying, where it's like, it's okay if it's just fun and it's just like a small thing. But like with them, it was like, you get to the point where you're like, I don't even want some of these, but you feel like you have to make it part of a collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore because it's not fun. It's just wasting money if I carried on getting these things, and it's just wasting time and everything else. And the thing as well is like, so we've been poking fun at me today because I've got these like protective like covers for some of my games and stuff.
Yeah, we were having fun.
So me and my wife were putting them together last night. I'm saying me and my wife, and she sat over there. It's really weird, but
you were in on this, Beth.
yeah. So she was actually helping. She actually said, "Oh, this is fun when we're doing stuff together." Like, we never do anything together. I'm only joking. But like, I think with like in that scenario, there's people who literally buy collections of games but never open them, never play them. They literally just seal them, and that.
See, that's
and I
wrong.
don't fully get that. But like for some things that are like, so for me, we were looking at After Show sometime. In fact, I'll get it over now.
Go on, Tim. I don't think we've hit the half an hour mark.
No, we probably haven't. But like this game here is actually, it's not really worth anything. This is actually, it's a Christian game that I played when I was a kid, but called Spiritual Warfare. But it's not like really worth anything. But this was like a game that we used to play all the time as kids, and it is like so funny to look at and stuff. It's actually a really good game. But to me, like this box is like falling apart and stuff, and I want to protect it, not because it's worth anything, but because it just means something to me. But where collecting can get dodgy as well is where this means too much, where it's like, this means everything to me, and if somebody like stood on it, I'd kill them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, when we're talking about like what the Bible says about storing treasures in heaven, like, I think a really good example of this, and I feel really bad about this guy, but there's a YouTuber who spent something like 10 years making all this Lego stuff. And then someone just
I love a
came
bit of
in.
Lego.
Someone just came in and just trashed everything and stole loads of it. They didn't even like. They walked past computers and money and everything, and literally just went for his Lego. And it was like he did this video that went viral all over YouTube. And it was basically like, I'm just stopping YouTube now because like he's basically devastated and all this.
Yeah.
And the community got behind him and everything, and actually raised something like 18 grand and got like, and Lego was onto it and everything, and that's all really good. But nothing bad about that. It's just that it reminded me that, like, you know, to be honest with you, if somebody came into my room now and just trashed everything, stole all my amiibo and all the stuff that I'd got over the years, and maybe even this, because I mean, if they robbed this, I'd just be happy they're getting some Christian content in them, to be perfectly honest. But you know what I mean? It's where I'd have to be okay with that, in the sense of like, I'm not like, my life's over because my stuff's gone.
Yeah.
And to some people, the stuff is everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's where collecting goes too far. And it's like, it's not about the fun of it, like you were saying. It becomes about that I just want to own stuff.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So we all agreed on that then? I think we are.
We are.
So that has been episode 36 of the Late Night Gaming Show, would you believe? We hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you absolutely hate it, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see more stuff like this, you want to see our coverage of Red Dead Redemption 2 coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, I'm going to try and get a video up tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. Well, it won't be tomorrow for you. It might be. No,
Might
it
be
won't
the weekend. Weekend.
But I'm working most of the day, so I'm going to try and get something up for you guys. But if you want to see that, hit that subscribe button, the bell button. You'll know all about it, and hopefully I'll have a review up for that. That one might take me a while because it's apparently a 40-hour game, and I don't have 40 hours between now and Christmas. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you very, very soon. Bye. What was that?
I literally do not know.